This is my Raidraptor deck profile. So, here we go. We play 3 Vanishing, 3 Tribute, 3 Fuzzies, 3 Mimicries, 2 Singing, 2 Last, and 2 Sharks. And for the spells, give me a second. We play 3 rank ups, Astro Force, 3 Twin Twisters, 3 Shape Force, 1 Call, 1 Nest, 1 Raidraptor's Nest, 1 Double Doom Force, 1 Mad Rage Force, and 1 Revelation Force. And for the traps, 3 Raidraptor's Gust, 2 Radiant, 2 Icarus Attacks, 1 Solemn, and 1 Bottomless. And that's a 42 card deck. Now to explain for the plays. Well, the monster you guys already know. Reason why 3 Astro Force, it leads into your Satellite Cannon plays and your Revelation Falcons plays. Why 3 Twin Twisters? It helps clear your hand and get rid of your opponent's field when you need to. Three Shape Force, it leads into almost any Exceed monster plays. It leads into Infinity, it leads into basically anything that isn't a Raidraptor. It helps you get into it. Ignoring its summoning condition. And there's a combo with this card that just came out in the Premium Gold. But I'm looking for another 2 to play it. One cause, because it's basically searchable. You can search out when you need it with Mimicry's effect. 1 Swallow's Nest, because you basically don't, it's not really necessary to special anymore. Because the deck is so your specials. So you only need 1. Nest is searchable. You can search out whenever you need it. And you don't really need this card to, it's not really necessary to have the card on the field always. It's just an extra boost for the field. Doom Double Force, it's basically the same thing. It's searchable with Tribute Lightning's effect. You can add this easily to your hand. Rage Force, I really love this card's second effect when it's in the grave. You could just banish this and Raidraptor monster from your hand, and you could basically return any rank up card to from your graveyard to your hand besides this. Revelation Force, I like it for the second effect, not for the first effect. When during your opponent's turn, your opponent, let's say, use Castell, 101, 106, and has no material, like they activate this effect, you can change this card, take their Exceed, and use this to overlay for a Raidraptor card. Now to the traps, explaining. 3 Gus is basically like your alpha of the deck. People like to play at 2, but I like to play at 3 because it's just a good out card. 2 Readiness. It's searchable, and you can also send this with Mimicry's, Tribute Lanius effect. So basically, that's why I play 2, because one to add, and one in case I have to send. Because when it's in the graveyard, you banish it, you take no battle damage, as long as you have Raidraptor in the grave. And on the field, it just, no Raidraptor gets destroyed. And 2 Icarus is because we're playing 3 Twin Twisters. Might end up boosting this to 2. Still testing the deck out. You already know, 1 warning. I would love to have a strike, but I don't have one. Or maybe even 2 strikes. And for the pendulums. Well, I will explain the monsters. Basically, use Vanishing to summon another Raidraptor from your hand. You use him to special summon basically any other, but I like to have him and Tribute in my hand. Summon his effect. You send a Raidraptor card from your deck to grave, which is normally Mimicry. And by sending Mimicry to the grave the very same turn, you can activate his effect by banishing him from grave, and you can add any Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand. 3 Fuzzy, as long as you control another Raidraptor other than the Fuzzy, you can special summon him from your hand. And when he's sent from the field to grave, or when he's just sent to the grave in general, you can activate his effect to search another one from deck to add it to hand. But once you do each of these effects, you can only special summon Raidraptor monsters. 3 Mimicry. His summon effect is he can level up all Raidraptor on the field currently by 1 level, but you normally use him for the second effect. The 2 Singing Lanius. The reason why there's 2 because of Raidraptor's Call, but you use, as long as you control Exceed monster, you can special summon this guy. He's kind of basically for any rank 4 Exceed deck. You can play him in. 2 Sharp Lanius. When he's summoned, you could switch an attack position monster to defense. And if he attacks a monster during the main phase 2, you can special summon a Raidraptor from grave. And last but not least, Lastrix. I might end up playing this 3 once Ultimate Falcon comes out in Skip Force. He's basically, when a Raidraptor monster is attacking, and as long as you have spells and traps in the grave, you can special him from hand. And if you tribute, his other phase, you tribute him, your opponent, if you do that tribute effect, you can summon an XYZ monster, his effect is negated, and he returns to the extra deck at the end phase. But if you do that, your opponent takes no battle damage. Okay, the extra deck. Okay, start off the MVP of the deck. 3 Force Strix. His effect is he gains 500 attack and defense for each winged beast monster you control. And once per turn, you can detach materials from this card, and you can search out any level 4 Dark Winged Beast monsters and add it from your deck to hand. We played one Rise Falcon, and literally you should always have one, because I didn't feel like we needed one, but in a tourney last weekend, he came in handy, very, very good. So I do recommend playing one Rise Falcon in the deck. And now we had 2 Blaze Falcons. I like 2 because I always ends up going into 2 of these during a duel. And he just, as long as he has material, he attacks directly. And if he does, you can target one of your opponent's monsters. You target one of your opponent's monsters and destroy it. You do that effect. You're able to attack your opponent directly and cause battle damage. And detach effect is you can destroy as many special summon monsters your opponent control, and he takes 500 for each of them. Next one, Revelation Falcons. He's also another good card. Basically, you can detach material from this card. He can attack all monsters your opponent controls at least once, and the start damage that all their opponent monster becomes 0. And his detach effect is once per turn, you can target one monster on the field, destroy it, and your opponent take damage equal to half of that monster's attack point. And the last Raidraptor monster you play in this deck, I play 2 Satellite Falcons, because I like 2 because he's OP. I don't care what anyone says. Basically, if his summon is, if he XYZ summon successfully, he's basically a heavy storm. Destroys all your opponent's back row, and your opponent cannot activate nothing in response to that effect. And during either player's turn, you can detach, target one of your opponent's monster. It loses 800 for each Raidraptor monster you have in the graveyard. Like, he basically is like almost God. Nah, not really. Okay, for the other 5 monsters, I play 1 Infinity. Why not? Infinity, you already know. But, you basically summon him with Shade Force. You summon, hold on. You basically summon one of your Laster from grave with Shade Force, even though you pay half your life, and then you summon and overlay into Infinity. Shade Force is also ignoring as I said earlier, ignoring the condition. So, you summon that, use his effect to get your opponent's monster added to the material. He negates anything once per turn during each player's turn, so, yeah. Let's card Gaga Cowboy, because basically the deck OTK with Cowboy as well. If you clear your opponent's field, attack, and then go into Cowboy, game. Next one, Castell. Castell, basically, return a card, your opponent's card. Or, if that fails, he's a winged beast, so you could chain Icarus attack with this as well. Ice Beast, he basically detach 1, negate everything on your opponent's side of the field that's face up, and he gains 300 for each face up card in the field. And if your opponent tried to negate that as well, like I said with Castell, Chain Link, he's a Winged Beast, Icarus Attack. And for the new card that came out today, I play number 101, Giant Hand. I'm testing him out in the deck to see how it runs. If he doesn't work out, I'm going to end up either putting 101 back, or end up playing number 36. Hold on. Oh no, 38. Number 38. Still testing it out, but right now they're in the side. For the side so far is the 101, number 38. I played the extra Swallow's Nest, the extra Nest, the extra Call, extra Doom Force, extra Revelation, 1 Grand Horror Heaven, 1 Pendulum Storm. I'm looking for. I will play 2 of these. We'll side 2 of these once I find one. Play a Share Ride. We'll play 2 of these. Blazing Mirror Force. We'll play 2 of these, or 2 Quakings, or even when the new one comes off in Shining Victories, the new Mirror Force. A Storming Mirror Force. We'll play 2 of these once I get a second one. And a Tukumo Slash. We'll play 2 of these. Might end up even maining it in the deck because it's broken. Because if a monster you control attacks a monster with who attacks higher than itself during the damage calculation, your battling monster gains the attack equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's. During the damage step calculation only, you can activate this card once per turn. It's broken in Raidraptor because you end up paying half your life when we Shade Force, and since I run 3, it's the perfect match. And that was my deck profile. Please leave a comment, and thank you.